Okay, just for your info, I'm trying out a new teaching tools. Where at my back, I'm actually using a green screen. So, and I'm using a headphone and mic, external headphone and mic for the sound quality. And I've tried using the wireless headphone and mic, but the sound quality seems quite bad. Okay, seems quite bad. All right. Okay, what we're going to do for this semester is that we'll continue what you do for Capstone Design 1, right? So basically, you continue from what you do with Dr. Bala, if not mistaken. So I will continue to give you, supervise you, or see what you can do in this Capstone Design 2, okay? How we run our class is that every week I will still seeing you and make sure you're on progress. So every week we'll see what have you done, and also make sure you meeting all the expectation for this module. Okay, and all the meetings will be recorded. Currently, I still haven't get a Manipal Teams account. So basically what you're seeing here is my personal account. But anyway, we will sort things out for maybe next week or another weeks. So give me some times, give us some times to settle down things. And also every meeting will be recorded. And I will upload all our meetings content. If I give you a lecture or give you a workshop training or something, everything will be video recorded, and I will upload the content to my YouTube channel. So basically, you have all the archive. If you forget or you need to do some revision on some technical content, then you can go back to the video to listen again or watch the video again. So this is how I manage the class, and I will also give you some handouts, some handout later on, once the document is ready. Okay, so this is basically what we will do. Okay, so you'll be seeing me walking around in front of your monitor. Okay, yeah. So you're seeing me watching here and there because I have a few monitors in front of me. So yeah, just to feed me some information about the class. So make sure you're in the correct code, okay? And I assume all of you from mechanical department, engineering department, and make sure you already clear your design 1. Make sure you already get your results for Capstone Design 1. If you haven't get the results from the school, make sure you get the result by this week. Okay, make sure you already pass this one. Then only you can proceed to Design 2. Okay, I don't want you to proceed Design 2 already, then only found out you haven't passed this one. Then you waste your time for Design 2. So this is what is going to happen. Okay. Okay. So this basically is a continuous from Design 1 or 3272. So this time you focus on the implementation and the operation of your projects or your design. So Capstone 1, we are focusing on design, more on a paper and also concept. But when it comes to Capstone Design 2, you need to get your hands dirty, and also you might get ready to come back to the campus to build your design. Okay, so if you have a workshop in your house and you're able to build the prototypes or of your design, then by all means let me know, and also at least we know where you are. Okay, at least if someone asks, oh, where is this student or where is that student, so at least we know where are you. Okay, we know where are you. So if you need to come back to campus to do your prototype building, you need to use the workshop, and actually I expect you to come back to campus to use the equipment in the lab, and basically you have 2 technicians in the faculty or in the school to help you to help you on the machine. So if you need to come back, then please come back. And I also believe that all of you already done your vaccination, means you already get second dose and also passed the 14 days of observation. So you are more than welcome to come back to campus to start fabricating your design. So again, these are the things that we will cover. Before, these 2 weeks, what we're going to do is that I will review your design. So I'd like to catch up what have you been presented last semester in Capstone Design 1. So later, maybe by this week, because we're going to meet you Capstone 2. Okay, we're going to meet you tomorrow. So tomorrow we have one more class, 1:30 p.m. So tomorrow, if you can, I believe you still keep the presentation for Capstone Design 1, right? So there are 5 of you. So what we do for tomorrow is that get prepared your previous slides, and let's spend about like 5 minutes for each one of you to recap or to present to the class what have you done, or what is your design in Capstone Design 1. Okay, so again, tomorrow what we do is that we will let you present, each one of you spare about 5 minutes just to brief or present about your projects in this Capstone Design 1, so that I know what you are doing. Okay, and send me the PowerPoint slides. Later I will give you my email address. So send me the PowerPoint slides either by today or by tomorrow. Okay, so at least I have some document about your projects. Okay, currently I didn't receive anything from you guys. I haven't seen your work in Capstone Design 1, so help me to understand more about your projects in Design 1. Okay, so this is what we'll do tomorrow. Okay, so get prepared your PowerPoint slides that you present in last semester, then you present it again tomorrow. So at least we catch up from there. This semester for Design 2, we will focus on a few things. First thing, we'll look at your design and we will do optimization. Okay, we'll do optimization means we will look at a few dimension or a few area that we can make your design become better. If you design something, one of the area, for example, efficiency, is there any other way to make the machine or your prototype works better? Okay, so this is the first thing. Then the second thing is bill of material. So you need to update your BOM, B-O-M. B-O-M means BOM list or bill of material. So when I mention BOM, please give me your BOM list as your assignment or as your progress update. I mean bill of material, bill of material. So I will also give you some briefing what is expected in the bill of material. And also we'll go through a few technical lecture on procurement. Means when you want to purchase something, what should you consider? There are a few theory that you should consider. And then your budget, how to do budget, right? So if you already done budgeting in Design 1, then you still can use back the budget, but with optimization process on your budget. Means something you can cut or something you need to add on. Okay. So then more on the prototype building. So you have around 14 weeks. Okay, around 14 weeks, but minus your assignment for other module, minus your time for your FYP, minus your own personal commitment. your time for prototype building will be less than 14 weeks. Okay, so you know your schedule. Please plan ahead for prototype building. You need to build prototypes. The end result of design 2, we will see what you done in design 1. You convert your idea into prototypes. Prototype means a hardware or devices that you can operate on. Okay, so this is the thing. And then yeah, prototype including all the testing lah. Okay, troubleshooting and testing, or testing. So make sure your prototype is working as what you planned in Capstone Design 1. Okay, so this is basically the introduction of Capstone Design 2, and I hope everyone on the same page, where you will see what is going to happen for the next 14 weeks ahead. So get prepared your timetable and also plan your own time. Okay, so you know that Malaysia, we have a lot of holiday, and also yeah, holiday and also public holiday, and then your own personal agenda you need to take care. So plans wisely your time. So these are the three. There are few learning outcomes. I think there are not only 3, but there are more. So the first one, why important? I need to brief you on this. These are the criteria when I give you marks. Okay, these are the criteria that we'll look into when you want to score high marks. First thing, we look at your design. Whether you use the correct process. Okay, you use the correct process for your design. So all this you can read lah. So the first one is whether you are use the appropriate process for your design. Because in this Capstone 2, you're going to build prototype. So are you going through the design process correctly or not? Okay, we'll look at your component, your system, any issues, any consideration. Is it the correct material that you use? Is it the correct way you connect the parts together? If you need to do riveting, if you need to do welding, if you need to do soldering, then are you doing the correct technique in doing that part or not? So this is more on design. And then the second one is that you need to generate a report for your prototypes. So it will be Capstone Design 2 will be more on it will be similar for your FYP2. It will be similar, very similar to FYP2, where we expect for Capstone Design 2, we expect you to conduct research, continuous research in your design, because we have a lot of information coming in every day. So you need to get yourself relevant to your design. Okay, relevant information to your design. So this is number 2. So in your report, make sure you know how to conduct a proper background searching or information that you use. Okay, make sure you use the information from expert, from a source of expert. Don't use sources like from Google or from Wikipedia. Okay, make sure what you present in Capstone number 2 is you think like an engineer, you think like the scientist or as a professional engineer, where what you talk in the presentation later for your prototype presentation later, it makes sense in engineering. Means you use the correct equation, you use the correct technology, you use the correct method in assembly your prototypes. So there's a reason. So we will ask you so many times using why question. Okay, and you should start asking yourself, why do you use that approach? Why do you mount the thing in such a way? Why do you design in such a shape or design in such a way? So there's a reason for that. Okay, not based on your feeling. You feeling good. it doesn't score marks in this Capstone design tool. Your feeling doesn't contribute any marks in this Capstone design tool. Just take note. You feel good yourself, you feel good, it doesn't help you. Important, you should have to show your design is clearly you design in a very scientific way. Okay, so if you present something that not science-based, you feel good on your own design, and then you give your own, you give yourself good marks. But on our side, we will just access your report, access your prototype based on scientific information. Okay, yeah. So get mentally prepared. What's going to happen for your Capstone design 2? And yeah, this one is, we expect you to continue to use modern tools. Modern tools here including the software. Okay, so if, for example, if you use AutoCAD 2018 in Capstone Design 1, make sure you use the latest technology or latest software, 2020. And if you are using ANSYS, make sure you use the latest software. ANSYS is 2021 R1 version. Okay, so for example, so all these things, make sure you use the latest software. But if you use, like, for example, software 2000, a little bit year back, but still creating the correct result, I'm still accepting your results. It's just that we encourage you to use the more latest or modern technology here. Okay, make sure you use the latest software or latest modeling software in your design. If you're using CATIA for your design, make sure you know what is the latest function of the latest software. Because later on, when you go to work later on, I mean, I assume most of you are in your last semester. So when you go to work and you tell your employer the version of software you use is, if the version that you use is outdated, then you might lose the advantages compared to other candidates, or your colleagues or your friends who interview for the same job. So if you're able to use the latest software, then the employer will be very happy, because they can put you in the task to complete the job very fast. So these are the 3 things that you should mentally prepare. Okay. Number four, in your design later on, in your presentation later on for prototype building, for Capstone number 2, we hope to see that you're able to consider the effect of your design to all these things. Okay, does it benefit to the social, or do it bring harm to the society? Does it have any pollution generated, or does it harm anyone when you use your prototypes, or any hazard from the safety? Is there any safety you need to consider in your prototype building? So you need to consider all this. And legal means, do you copy somebody's idea that available in the market, and you do not give honor or do not give credit to the designer? Meaning, in your Capstone Design 1, you copy somebody's idea, but you claim it as your idea. Okay, so legal is something that we want you to consider, right? If you capture somebody's idea, please give credit to the owner. Okay, let's say there must be some starting point that trigger your idea to design Capstone Design 1. Okay, there must be an idea that trigger you. So who give you that idea, or is that idea published, or is that prototype already been built by someone? So you have to give the credit to the original builder or producer. So is your prototype that you're building will cause cultural issues? Okay, Now we have a lot of, in Malaysia, we have a multicultural, and even some of you from international, you are international student. So there will be some cultural difference between country to country. Okay. So developed country have their own cultural issue. Underdeveloped or undeveloped country have their own cultural issue also. All right. So these are the things that you need to consider in your report. Then the next one is, we'll expect you to, as a teamwork and also individual, means you can do your work individually. There's a contribution. Let's say you do your projects in the group work, but there is a significant difference between your job and your friend. Okay, so let's say you are team up with B. You team up with B, but make sure when you discuss about your contribution, make sure it's 50-50. Means you do 50% of the work and other people do 50%. Right? If you do less than 50%, then the teamwork, not teamwork, individual, it will affect the individual and teamwork marks there. How do I check whether you do your work or somebody do your work, or you pay someone to do the work? We have the skill to find out. So once you find out if that is not your work and you copy someone or you pay someone to do for you, it's fall under cheating act. So it will no longer deal with this Capstone Design 2. It will fall under, sorry, the code is a bit wrong there, up there. So it should be Capstone Design 2. The code is wrong in my slides. So basically the same here. Make sure you communicate well in this Capstone 2, because why? When you build prototype later on, you need to use different tools, tools and facilities. Make sure you communicate with all the parties that are involved. Okay, if you are in the group work, if your prototype, you're in the group work, make sure your teammate know what you're doing. All right, and if you need to use the big machine in the school, make sure you make appointment before you come to school. Okay, I don't want you to disappoint when you come to school without appointment, and then you find out all the technician on leave. You cannot go in the workshop. We don't want to disappoint you. So make sure you communicate well at all levels. Okay. Make sure when you do your presentation later as a group or individual, make sure you communicate well with your teammate. All right. Then, yeah, this one is more the costing and all this. So this is part of your report. You need to present one or two pages of costing, and you need to show the Gantt chart for the project planning and all this. I think this one you already know if you're doing FYP 1 or FYP 2, right? You should know how to do this one. So, yeah, so this is my general information. This is my full name. So you want to know more about me, just go to Google and type in my full name. You're able to find my brief information on Google, right? Yeah, so this is my personal email. So please send me your Capstone Design 1 PowerPoint or your presentation last semester. Send me your PowerPoint. Okay. You can convert your PowerPoint into PDF file if you want. Right? You don't need to send me the original PowerPoint. My purpose is to get some idea. What have you done in Capstone Design 1? So send me your file for Capstone Design 1, presentation file. Okay, you can convert to PPT to PDF. So send me either after this class or before tomorrow. Okay, before tomorrow Capstone class at 1:30 p.m. Okay, so this is my consultation hour slot. However, all of you already have my phone number. So since we are presenting on this one, I will broadcast to YouTube. So I'm not going to include my contact number here for today. But all of you, if you're in the WhatsApp group, you have my number already. So do text me if you need my help, and also you have any question about your design or your homework or your assignment, please text me, and yeah, you can still see me outside these hours. Don't text me on Saturday and Sunday. Don't text me on weekend. I will read, but I won't reply. And also don't come and see me during my lunch time, my breakfast, or my dinner time. Okay. So if you see me in the campus canteen, just drop by to say hi. But if you want to discuss something about your projects, please make appointment. Don't just walk by and then, sir, Dr. Ang, I want to ask you about this one. Can this design work when I'm eating my lunch? So try to avoid this one. Okay. So try to avoid a surprise meeting during unexpected hour. Okay, so try to have all these this one in order. This is my email today. I hope I can receive your Capstone Design 1 file by today. If not, if you cannot make it by today, make sure you send before tomorrow, maybe 12 o'clock before the class. Okay, at least I have some idea what is it, and I can prepare some question for your Capstone Design 1 presentation. 5 minutes, tomorrow every one of you will present 5 minutes about your projects. Okay, then we pick up from there. So this is how you access for your Capstone Design 2. It's 100% coursework, 50% to pass this module as a total. So as you can see, it will be same as your Capstone Design 1. The structure will be the same. There will be 2 individual presentation, total 20%, 2 group presentation, 20%, and you have 1 more final presentation, which is 20%, and the last one as a group projects and a report, group project report 40%. Okay, so you need to pass up your report. The report will cost you 40%. This one is basically quite similar to your FYP report or your FYP thesis. Okay, so this one will be almost the same, but the component is quite high, 40%. So, however, this is a group project report, so make sure you distribute your work carefully. Okay, so I'll brief you on detail when it comes to time, when you need to pass out all this, but this is how we give you marks. So get prepared. You have two individual presentation, 2 group presentation, 1 group final presentation, and group report. So this one basically is by end of the semester, maybe in the week of 11 or 12. Let me show you the schedule. Okay, so week one, we will improve your design. So let's say we take this one next week. So week 1, week 2, we will do a detailed drawing. Then week 3, okay, now week 3, we will start to give you some comment, or maybe within week 2 to week 3, we will give you some comment or give you some theory class, how to optimize a design or prototypes. So this one will be, I'll give you the information or give you a comment on your design. Then in week 4, this one is value analysis and value engineering, and we will have 1 project presentation for your design. So this one, you need to update the progress and so on. So I'll give you the detail when it comes to time, but basically it will be very similar to Capstone Design 1. Okay, so just basically you just continue what we learned last semester. Okay, so get prepared. In week 4, there's a presentation there. Okay, so it will take more than 5 to 6 modules at one time. Make sure you plan your time properly. Don't do these PowerPoint slides, or don't do this presentation report or PowerPoint slides last minute. You won't get a good marks if you do it last minute. Okay, so as we go on, you can start doing the thing for presentation. Then week 5, you update the design and you do update the document, relevant document, including your reports and so on. Then week 6, around mid of the semester, we will look at the BOM, bill of material, and then we look at a procurement process, and there will be presentation number 2 in week 7 or week 8. Take note that this is the critical time for all of you, because the whole university will have test 1 and test 2 in this week, in week 7 and week 8. So make sure you understand how busy you will be. You will be in week 7 and week 8, and make sure you arrange your time for the project presentation. Luckily, this module do not have tests. You only have presentation. So make sure you prepare well. Then week 9, week 10, we will look at the prototypes. So let's see how we go. If can, I would like you to start your prototype building as early as we can. Okay, as early as we can, and then we can do parallel process. Maybe as early as week 5 or week 4 later, you can start building your prototype, and then we will go parallel process. We will run all this in a parallel time. We will touch one topic per procurement, and then we look at the prototypes and so on. Okay, but these are the plannings on paper. And week 10, you have your presentation number 3, and then you keep on building your prototypes, and then you update your process, your progress, and then you have presentation number 4. And then week 13 will be your last presentation. Then you pass up the final draft of the report. Week 14 will be your final date to pass up your report. So maybe we'll give you some comment, and then you do some correction on the report. Then you pass up the better version of your report. Okay, then there will be a final project presentation. So this one maybe we'll make it a more formally, where we will invite some VIP to come into the class to give you some idea, or we give you some comment on your projects. So let's see how we go. Okay, let's see how we go. And maybe I will live stream your presentation to the YouTube or Facebook for this project. Maybe, maybe. This is just my planning. So let's see how we do. Okay, how we proceed. And by the end of the semester, I hope all of you able to learn something on how to make a prototype from a scratch, from an idea, and then materialize it into useful or a prototype that able to operate. Okay. Okay, so this is how we do, and these are the few textbook that I will use. So these are the things that you'll get my slides later on. Okay. Every class or every meeting, if I present something, I will give you the PowerPoint slide later. Currently, I don't have one place to park all these things, but I will give you all this later. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Later, I will upload this today video in my YouTube channel. So later, I will share the links, and you can review what we talk about. Okay. So these are the textbook that we will go through. All right. Later, maybe next class, then we talk about your design and how to do assembly in CAD modeling and so on. Okay, so basically today is more on the introduction class, and we see what how's everyone. So yeah, so basically this is the briefing for today. Let me stop the recording.